Hi everybody, welcome back to Real Estate Investing Adventures. Why? Because real estate is fun and should always be an adventure. If you're a returning guest, welcome back. If you're new to my channel, who the heck am I? My name's Joe Jurek and I have the ability to travel all over the country and work with people just like you. I'm a real estate investor and I help other people take their real estate investing to the next level, or I help people get started. What am I going to talk about in today's video? I'm going to talk about working from home. So often than not, I have read so many articles about people saying they'd love to work from home. Not only could they maximize their time better, or maybe they have other obligations at home and it makes it too hard to try to make a regular job work, or they think about all the time that they waste just commuting back and forth into a job itself. Well, what I would tell you is this, real estate investing can work for you as a work from home type of job. The only thing I would tell you is to make sure you pick your strategy to know what you're going to do in real estate so you can get going. Most people, I tell them they should pick a strategy that they can work part-time. Get it going part-time, putting in 5, 10, 15, maybe even 20 hours a week. And once they kind of nail down a strategy and they start bringing money in, look to see if they had a little more time, could they expand their real estate investing efforts. So often than not, people will think about quitting a job, okay? And they'll look at it and say, well, if I quit my job, I could devote full time to real estate. That is true, but here's the problem. If you do that and you have no income coming in for, 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, do you have enough savings to be able to focus on real estate? The other thing that people don't focus on sometimes is if they have benefits through their regular job. Sometimes when you leave a job, you no longer have those benefits. So what would I tell you to do? I would tell you to grab a piece of paper, write down the pros and cons of why you like the job, why you don't like the job, and why you're trying to maybe make real estate work for you for a work from home or a full-time thing. A lot of people I meet all over the country, they have certain goals they want to do, but they have to be realistic about those goals. They have to kind of put the pen to paper. Some advice that I would give to you about it is if you are having benefits through your current job, what would I ask you to do? Look into what benefit costs might be. So often than not, people don't realize that your employer covers a major portion of your expenses for your medical, vision, dental type of insurance benefits. And if you're going to take that on, you're paying the full 100% cost of that particular expense. The other thing I would tell you too is talk to your bookkeeper or accountant or CPA, whoever helps you with taxes, to fully understand what your tax rates would be if you become, say, an entrepreneur, a sole proprietorship, partnership, LLC, Inc., whatever you're looking at doing. Talk to your tax person, CPA, about that because they can really help you. In prior videos under my playlist, I do talk about power team members. So if you're not sure what to ask, say, an accountant or an attorney or people that you'd build on your power team, make sure you watch that power team playlist. But the other thing too, sometimes you're working harder and making less money in the beginning. Are you committed to be able to do that, to make less money and work harder to get your business going? Many entrepreneurs will tell you how often they're working twice as hard to make half as much in the beginning. And that's the critical time, the first few years that you're going to be doing this. You want to make sure that you lay out a good business plan, game plan, and you work the plan. The thing that I would say is you have to really have goals for each day of the week. You have to treat it like a job. When you're working from home, if you'd normally get up at 6 or 7 a.m., you gotta still get up at 6 or 7 a.m. If you normally work till 5 p.m., you gotta work till 5 p.m. You really have to treat it like a regular job that you're doing. You would get ready for work, get dressed for work, and then basically have your agenda of what you have to do. I often say look back at what you do each day. How many things did you get through? How many things do you have to do going forward? And that will help you plan out the rest of your week, rest of your month, etc. The other thing that I would tell you is make sure if you have a family, spouse, significant other, that they are committed to what you're trying to do too. You don't want to alienate your family or loved ones, because sometimes it's a big leap of faith for you to do it, but then if you're asking others to do it too, it can become difficult. Even though you think it's going to give you more time, and in some aspects it will, there are certain cases where you're going to have to do what you have to do during a certain time, and you may not be able to do the family functions or family outings. And what do I mean by that? Maybe the weekend is going to be a really good time for you to look at properties, okay? Maybe you're going to have to go to an auction that takes place on a certain day, certain time. Often in competitive real estate markets, if we see a property listed at a great price and it potentially is a great deal, we got to go look at it now and make an offer now. It can't wait 2 or 3 days because it'll be gone by then. So not only are you making a sacrifice, but think about all those around you, family, friends that your loved ones that you care about, that they're making a sacrifice too. You want to make sure everybody's on the same page. You want to listen to the pros and cons. Often when I do consulting, people love hearing about what they do well. And so often than not, it's hard to hear sometimes, and I can be the same way, on things that we need to improve on or have an open mind on. And what I would try to do as best as you can, talk to your family and loved ones and ask them their opinion, and then formulate your decision on what you're trying to do and their opinion. Just because they give you their opinion doesn't mean you can't think through it and take a course of action that'll hopefully work for you as well as them and keep everybody on the same page. It can become extremely stressful when you're your own boss. And this is what else I want to tell you. Over the years, I am a retired certified public accountant. I was a chief financial officer. I managed a lot of people in a lot of different companies when I was in corporate America. Some people need that constant supervision, constant feedback to kind of continue on through the day or through the week. They need deadlines. They need people checking on them for the deadlines. They do a great job, but they need that constant, reminder, or maybe that constant kind of person there to help them. You really got to take a look at yourself and try to determine what type of worker are you. Are you basically one that takes charge? Are you one that's proactive? Are you one that can kind of do jobs and responsibility and tasks without being told or reminded? Are you on time? Do you meet deadlines? These are all critical things when you're kind of working for yourself. So I now talked about some of the negatives or things to be aware of, but here are some of the positives. When you work for yourself, you control your own destiny. When you're your own boss, you can set your own hours and you can make exceptions to what days you work, how long you work. You also have the ability to make as much money as you can based on how hard you want to work. So you're not limited when you go in for those annual reviews. We've all been there where the company says, well, even though you've done really well, we can't give you an increase. We're only going to give you an increase of 1%. When you work hard at your own thing, you can set the rules of how much you make. You can set the rules of how you grow. You make decisions that will impact your growth, your future, your destiny. Sometimes when you work for someone else, they're controlling your future and your destiny. So I want to wish everybody luck but I want to tell you to plan. I want to tell you to really work hard at this. Hear what other people say, but you don't have to listen to what they tell you, because you can do this. Because you know what the biggest part is? You got to believe in order to achieve. So go make those dreams a reality. Take care now. Bye-bye. Do it now. Believe and achieve. Take care.